Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylor and I here make scrunchies and bows. I've been doing so for 10 years now. In today's vlog, I'm going to be getting ready for the markets I have on the weekend. Usually do like market prep on a Friday, and it's Friday today. Except I'm only going to have like a couple hours to try and make as many scrunchies as I can. I'm particularly interested in making petite scrunchies. I'm very low on those. I would also like to make some satin scrunchies in both like regular size and the thin elastic size. I also need to make a couple XLs. All up, I want to make at least 50 scrunchies, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I just want to like have it look a little bit fuller and just have a bit more of like the most like the best sellers in stock, because yeah, currently I don't have much. Before I get too ahead of myself, please remember to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Anywho, plan of attack. I have 1 hour before I have to go somewhere. I think I'm going to work on trying to like clean this space first, which is peak procrastination from me. But I can't work in mess like this. It's too messy. I'm gonna try and like have everything tidied up, and then I'll be able to like just start and smash out as many scrunchies as I can. I also today need to post one order, so I still have to make that. It's just really one bow because I didn't realize I was out of this fabric, so I had to run to Spotlight this morning. I actually purchased 4 of these from Vistaprint. It's like rope for your gazebo, but yeah, there's 4 big lots of this. They come in 15-meter rolls, so I've definitely like overdone it. Yesterday I split them apart, so I made them into like about 3 to 4 meters per little like knot, which will make it easier for me at the markets. So I need to try and remember to pack those as well in the car. And I also bought this, which I'm not too sure how it's gonna go, but it's like a big banner, really big. Yeah, you get the picture, right? So I'm wanting to see if that will fit across the front of the gazebo really high up. I don't know if it will work, but I was going to try it out on Sunday because I made this a custom size and I was really just guessing. Like I didn't bother measuring anything. So I was like, oh, I think that will be okay. Like if anything, it might be a little bit long, but then it might also just be perfect. I don't really know. I don't know what to expect with that. Oh, and I also got another new banner. I don't know where my other small banner went. My small banner is perfect for indoor markets, and it's really good for when I have the backdrop, which is white. And it's upside down. I needed another small banner, and I just don't know where mine went. It just, no idea. So I currently use a really big one at the markets, and I have for quite some time. To be fair though, I did need a new one anyway because the old one had just my Etsy website on it, whereas this one has my standalone website, which is a Shopify website. I also want to sew a bunch of the scrunchie wool today and bring that to the market so that I can thread the elastic through. So I'm hoping to get that done as well. There's a lot to get done in a very short amount of time, as per usual. That's fine, we'll get it done. I've like set myself actually like small goals today. 50 products is not many. Usually I do 100 in a day, and that's like without trying very hard. Yeah, to do 50 should be piece of cake. Just depends on how much I yap, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put you over there and I'm gonna get started cleaning this room up, and yeah, and I'll push on speed run. As you can see, it is quite messy. Got like a little section here. I don't really know where to start. You probably can't see a lot of the stuff that I'll be doing anyway. That was not a good start. I'm gonna put some headphones on. Why is there goop under there? I'm gonna get started on making some scrunchies. I think first point of call, I'm gonna go over here. So I have a whole bunch of stuff here, especially the petites. Pretty sure I don't have any that are like semi-made, so I'm gonna have to sew them all up. but there's so many that all the petites are just overflowing. And then I've also got a bunch of regular size tubes. Just gonna pull out all the satin ones because that's pretty much what I'm gonna be making today. All satin types. Might make some more pinks and purples too, just because I know I'm low on pinks, purples, also low on orange. I didn't realize how many satins I had that are already sort of made. So that's good. I'm also going to grab some out of the wall. Just a couple out of the wall. I might also get some darker ones for some XLs. So I just finished making these. I just need to cut all the threads off them now. But I thought I would tell you this is like sort of how my brain works, right? So about 2 weeks ago, I was thinking, there's like this animated kids movie that I've watched before. I can't remember what reminded me of it. All I could remember from this movie was it was animated. It was like medieval times, probably animated between, I don't know, 2010 and 2015, like in terms of animation. And all I can remember was like the side character, which was this young girl, like worked for the princess, like she was the maid or something. And like I know it had like a princess in it. And all I can remember is this young girl, which I'm pretty sure her name started with M. And all I can remember from this young girl is that she went and like put a tiara on, and like, you know, people like bullied her and stuff and like looked down upon her because obviously she was like a maid or a servant girl, I guess you could say. And for weeks it just kept popping into my head, this image of this like little maiden. And I was like, oh, I can't think of what movie this is at. Like I just cannot, and I can't remember anything else from it. Then I like got little snippets, a little bit more and more here and there when I thought about it really, really hard. And I remembered, okay, well, she got called a swine and an urchin girl. And I was like, okay, well, that's a little bit of something, I guess. Let's Google that. And then I remembered her dad called her My Little Princess. And I was like, okay, we're onto something. Let's try and Google this. I Googled and Googled and Googled and could not find anything for days and days and days. Then last night, it was like really late at night, and I was like thinking, like I had switched off my phone and everything, so like I wasn't able to just grab my phone. But I was like, oh, you know what? For some reason, Emma Watson just popped in my head. And I was like, oh my god, I need to Google Emma Watson when I wake up. Do not forget this. And that's like the last thing I remember before falling asleep. Then today, I was like thinking about it again. I completely forgot about the Emma Watson like part of it. And I decided to ask ChatGPT. I put all the information in that I could remember. They put like probably 15 movies that they thought it might be. Like just an AI thing. Nah, wasn't any of them. They did like list one of them, but I was like, nah, it can't be that, because like they haven't listed, like they listed like little summary. It's like, no, it's not that, it's not that. I was like, oh my god, Emma Watson, let's go Google it. Also, let me know in the comments below if you've already guessed this movie, because it's been driving me insane for like 2 weeks. No, I haven't been able to get it. But yeah, I put in Emma Watson and I was right. The princess was voiced by Emma Watson. It was Tale of Despero or something. It's like of the little mouse. So I haven't watched this movie for a very, very long time. I have no idea what made it go ping in my brain. I just really wanted to know what this movie was. And the fact that it was like a tiny little snippet that I could remember was literally just one of the real side characters. She wasn't even a main character. It was just like the servant girl. But I ended up finding it. And her name was Midgery or something. So Midge. So I was right with the M part. I was right that she... Well, I haven't watched it. But I'm pretty sure like everything that I remembered was correct. I just completely could not remember that there was, you know, a mouse involved. Or like what the princess looked like. Or like any other character in it. Anyway, that's my fun story for you about how my brain works. But I was just so happy that I finally found it, because yeah, I had many Google searches and AI prompts trying to find this movie. I haven't counted how many scrunchies just yet, and I haven't been able to obviously count them as I've been doing them because I've been yapping too much. But I'm pretty happy with how much I got done in the amount of time that I did it, because I didn't actually have the full day. I only had about half a day. After I finish these, I still need to put a couple more things in my car. So at the moment my car is semi-packed. Like it's got most of my stuff in it. I need to put my trolley in and my weights, because tomorrow they've got the market at, it's the same location except it's on the grass instead of the pavement like in the car park, which means you have to walk everything in or try and trolley it, which I'm a little bit worried because I don't know if I've already mentioned, but I hurt my back like really bad at one of my recent markets. I did one that involved weights and you had to cut them in, except you couldn't cut them in because there was a big ledge. So you had to walk everything in up to a certain point, and because I was like a couple gazebos in, it really hurt my back, and I did my back. So I've been like really scared of doing another market with weights since then, because that was only like 2 weeks ago. And I actually ended up cancelling the market I had the next day because of how much I hurt my back. But I had the lovely Rachel, who is one of the ladies I go to markets with, well, occasionally see at markets I go to, and yeah, she let the organisers know that I'd hurt my back, and yeah, they actually ended up coming to help me at the end of the day, put them back in my car, which was really nice. This was the first time I've done this market, and I think I'll definitely do it again, but I'm definitely going to ask for an indoor stall, and I'll just do one table, because that's, I've actually been doing a lot of one table setups recently. I don't know if it's just because it's just easier, I guess. There's just not as much to set up, and it's easier to pack down. Also, I think because I've had very low stock, it's just harder for people to like see the bows. That's the only thing. People can't like view them easy. So I find the bows don't sell, and that's currently what I have so much of. I don't think I'll bring you guys tomorrow, but I will let you know how the markets go. But I will bring you to Glengarry, because I'm going to set up my new banner and we'll see how that goes. I had to cut all the threads off before I got to the market, because that makes just my life so much easier with setting up. Because of the way they've like laid out the market tomorrow, you have a bump in time, which I don't really go to markets with bump in times. I don't do those sort of ones anymore because they're just a pain. Like really big ones with they just don't do well. I found my country markets are doing so much better than the big Melbourne ones, which is really interesting. I'm going to bring like a bunch of scrunchies to do tomorrow, and I've also got some mini scrunchies just to fold inwards, so I'll do that as well. And then tomorrow when I get home from the market, I'm going to sew up some more scrunchies like of the scrunchie wall and finish off the ones that I got tubes of, so then I'll have even more scrunchies. Pretty stoked with how many scrunchies I made today. I'm not sure if I've made 50 though. I'm gonna say maybe 40, maybe. Soon find out. I'm also using the new elastic in all these, which I do prefer. Alright, let's count them. Alright, so we've got 14 of the big ones. That makes 33. I'm not doing quick math there though. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 55 here. So more than I even wanted to make today, which is great. So I'm going to bring these ones to the market as well. Hey guys, I'm back from the market. So I've had a very eventful day, to be honest. Like when I was driving there, I felt my car go like and then all of a sudden like the tire pressure came up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a flat tire, like I'm so far from home, I have all my stuff in the back of the car. And this has happened to me before, by the way, where I had to unload everything out of the car to put the new tire on the highway at night. So I was not keen to do that again. So I did go to a service station, and like I think it was at 22, which is meant to be at 32 or something like that. So it wasn't too bad, but I'm still a little bit skeptical about my wheels. I also cut myself while I was out there on my finger, like sliced it open, so that was fun. I think I broke the tire pressure thing, like the actual hose, because it just like kept like on and would not stop. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, I got to the market and had to like unload everything, and it was freezing and I forgot my jacket, had to move my car. So I was just in shambles the whole day, but I actually had a really good day. I had a lot of people come out and see me and purchase quite a few, multiple packs of scrunchies. I sold practically all the scrunchies I made last night, or like all the satin ones. So I'm really glad I brought these to do at the market. I just put some elastic through them, and I'm gonna quickly sew them up and have them ready for tomorrow. And I also did this in the market, which took hours, by the way. But I like folded them underneath, like the mini scrunchies. So that's what I did. Sew all these up, have these ready for the market. Then I'm going to sew like a small tub of some other scrunchies so that I can have them to do at the market tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll bring you guys, film everything, and then we'll finally go through all the stats. So I'm going to go through what I sold, like how many of each I sold each day and how much I made each day and like the store fee and everything. So stick around for that. I have a lot of people always asking sort of like, you know, what to bring or how much do you sell. Yeah, I'll share that all with you guys at the end of the video. So I'll give you a little update. Just made 42 more scrunchies. Now I need to cut some more of these and get some more business cards. Hey everyone, I'm back from Glengarry. I had a really amazing day. There was a lot of people that came out and said hello, a lot of returning customers, and quite a few people with wearing my scrunchies as well, which was really, really cool to see. Sort of like a nice weather, I guess. Let's come with the stats. Both had a really, really good day. A lot of people came out to see us. There was a heap of people that I recognized and knew. A lot of people that had said they saw the social media post because for some reason, Glengarry's perception is just getting worse and worse. I'm with Optus and Hans with Telstra, and we both were struggling, and I heard a lot of other people were struggling too today, getting the squares connected and actually being able to process the transactions. So I did put a post out just letting people know, try and bring cash. Shop across the street, they had all run out of cash because people were trying to get cash out to purchase stuff. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're working on towers or something, but it just feels like it's getting worse and worse as the months go by. And I lived in Glengarry for 20 something years and never really had a problem, but I've seen in so many groups that they're getting worse and worse in the problems. Now let's get on to the part of the video that some people may have skipped to. So hi everyone that skipped to this part. I just want to clarify a few things. I've been doing this for 10 years and it's taken me a long time to get to these sort of figures and numbers. I have a product that is known very well around my community. I go to these markets every single month and I've been going to these towns for years. Warragul, it is a newer one for me, except I'm still in that area. I have still gone to Warragul markets for years now. Just this specific one, it's a new one I've picked up. And Glengarry, I've been going to that specific one since it opened. There's that to consider. And also to consider that I also charge GST on all of my products because I'm GST registered business. I also have taxes that I have to pay, which can be quite expensive. Obviously labor, materials, the stall fees, and fuel and everything else. There's a lot of other contributing factors that go into running a business, and obviously the amount that I'll tell you in a moment isn't the final figure. There's still other things that need to be taken out, but this is just the rough total that I received. Even the square charges as well, that sort of stuff. I also tallied up everything I sold, which I've never actually done this before, so it was actually really interesting for me. I think what I'm going to do is I'll say all of the products I sold first, and then I'll tell the totals for each day. We'll go with scrunchies first. At Warragul I sold 22 scrunchies, and at Glengarry I sold 28, which brings the total 50 scrunchies for the weekend. Just the regular size in the wide and the thin elastic. I didn't write down which ones, but usually the wide elastic sell better than the thin. For mini scrunchies, I sold 9 at Warragul and 13 at Glengarry, which brings the total to 21. Also, I thought I'd just mention, I also do market deals. Combinations get you cheaper, 3, 4, 2, 4, you know what I mean? Tallying them all out won't work for me. I have to write them what it is and how much it cost. Otherwise I wouldn't know, because it varies massively, because I have my scrunchies cost $12 each for the regular size, and I have a market deal which is 2 for 20, 3 for 28, and 5 for $40. So if I was to write someone bought 5, $40 or $60, you know what I mean? I pretty much just write all my things down on paper and just write kind of like this with the, I write S times 1, and then write the amount $12, or I do 2 times P, which is petite scrunchies for 15, and I do that sort of way, and I prefer it that way. I don't using my phone for it or anything tactile. I like writing it down. XLs, I sold 5 at Warragul, and I sold a whole 0 at Glengarry, so that was 5 for the weekend. I do find with XLs, they vary a lot with different markets. Some markets I'll sell so many, some markets I'll sell literally 0. With Glengarry, they are $17 or 2 for 30, and I also have a market deal which is 4 for 50. Yeah, it is one of my higher end range prices. It is a more expensive price than the rest of the items, so I'd say that is probably why they don't sell as quickly. Sometimes I'll go to a market and it's most of the items that I sell will be XL scrunchies, so you just can never pick it. For petite scrunchies, I sold 10 at Warragul, 5 at Glengarry, which makes 15 scrunchies for the weekend. Key fobs, I sold 5 of the normal wristlets at Warragul, 1 at Glen, which makes it 6 for the weekend. The scrunchie key fobs, I sold 0 at both, so 0 for the weekend. Mini bows, I sold 24 at Warrigal and 8 in Glengarry, which makes 32 for the weekend. I think it was definitely the way I had them displayed at each market, because I had at Warrigal, they're all laid out on the table really nicely. You could see exactly what the prints were and they're really easy to pick up. Whereas at Glengarry, I had to put them in a basket. These usually do sell really fast. The normal size bows, I sold 2 at Warrigal, 0 at Glengarry, so 2 for the weekend. For the deluxe bows, which are the ones that are a bit bigger, I sold 3 at Warrigal and 2 at Glengarry, which is 5 for the weekend. For the ribbon bows, I sold 0 at Warrigal and 4 at Glengarry, 4 for the weekend. Then the oversized bows, I sold 0. And that would probably be because I have not very many colors and I only had like, I think 6 out. Like I don't have many there. The hair claws. Well, I didn't have hair claws out at Warrigal, so that's like null. And I sold 10 at Glengarry. I usually do sell more at markets, but yeah, I did not sell many. Again, XL hair claws, I only sold 3 at Glengarry. Usually I do have them right at the front and they do sell really well, but because I put the mini bows there, I put them right at the back, so they probably weren't seen as much and they weren't able to be like touched and held, and people didn't really know they were there unless they were returning customers. So that would probably be why that one didn't sell very well. Oh, and that's it. Like that's everything that was sold. So in total, Warrigal I sold 82 items and Glengarry I sold 74. All right, drum roll please. Grand totals. Both markets were very average for me in terms of for this location and time of year. Usually when I go to these markets, it's been around the same price, like same amount of money that I've made each time. Warrigal I made $595. So yeah, that's how much I made that day. And then today I made $613 and that one was a $15 store fee. Yeah, I'd say both are very on par for this time of year at these markets. I usually make around that much. I've only done Warrigal 4 times now, I think, at this specific one, but each time I've hit around 500 to 600. And Glengarry at the start of the year, it wasn't as great. I think I was maybe between like 4 to 5, so 600 is really good. I think last month I made 700 there, but during the winter months when it gets a lot colder, I'll probably dip right down to like $300 or $400. My average market, like that I'll make it a market, is probably around $500 depending on the time of year. Once it gets to the end of the year, I'll probably start clearing like $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the market and what sort of market it is. Clear between like $0 and $2,000 to $3,000. It really just depends on who's there. It depends on so much. It depends on like the location, the time of year, the date, the weather, how much stock I have. Yeah, there's just so much that goes into the considerations, but all in all, very happy with the weekend's total, which was $1,208. Super thankful for everyone that came out and supported me as usual. So yeah, I really am blessed to have so many lovely people that come out and buy my scrunchies and bows. Really, really happy with the results from this weekend, and it was kind of fun to track everything because I don't usually track each individual item like this. Like I've tallied it up, whereas I don't do that. I usually just write it all down and never like look at it again, besides putting the amount that I sold into like an app so I know at tax time. But yeah, other than that, like I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. See how much I sold. It'll be really interesting to compare it to other markets that I do and be able to tally it up the same. Maybe I'll start doing that. I was actually really surprised that I sold 50 scrunchies over the weekend. I pretty much sold all the ones I made at Warrigal. All of the satin scrunchies sold, just the XLs that were left, like all of the regular size ones and practically all the petite ones were sold. And then I made an extra like 30 last night, or 30, actually I think I made 42 last night, and yeah, a bunch of those sold today. I found with like Glengarry, a lot of people buying the florals and stuff, and the darker colors, yeah, it's always so different at every market, like what people are buying. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope this video was eye-opening or you were able to get something from it, whether that be like just an idea of what someone else makes at a market. Also, I like to like mention, just don't feel disheartened. Again, like if you don't see these sort of figures, I am in a very good position with the product I sell has a bigger audience. It's not as niche as other audiences out there and like target demographics. I'm very lucky in that sense, and plus we're doing it for so long, people know me and where I am. Trust me, even now I still go to markets and have shocking days, especially new ones that I go to, and like especially ones down in Melbourne, I never do well. It's the ones that I go to like practically every month, and sort of people will get to know me and my products and they come back and return. Just don't get disheartened. My first ever market was a $20 market in Traralgon, and I made like $16. I didn't even cover store fee. I sold like 3 items, and I think one of them was to my mum. So yeah, please don't get disheartened by hearing these. I just hope it might give you like motivation, inspiration to continue and see that it definitely can be a very profitable adventure for you if you decide to go down that road. I hope that cured, I can't even say that word, cured any curiosities that you may have had about how much money that you can make at a market. And I look forward to doing sort of like another one of these in the future. Maybe when I go to one of the big markets that are like yearly, it would be really cool to do something like this to compare. Yeah, there's been markets I've been to that I've made like $2,000-$3,000. My most I've ever made a market was $3,600, which that was crazy. I could not believe how like that day was massive. It was so busy. It very much goes up and down. That is, yeah, the risk you take when doing a market. You never know what's going to happen, who's going to come out and buy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.